You're watching Channel 5, the Texas News Channel. Now, Jane McGarry, Scott Murray with sports, and meteorologist David Finfrock. And now, Texas News 5, the 10 o'clock report.
Kids don't realize this is not just a football game anymore, it's politics.
Politics or not, it's a big upset in the high school football playoffs tonight. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining us on this Friday. Athletes, administrators, coaches, and parents are demanding a change in the system tonight following a judge's decision that will not allow Wilmer Hutchins to play any more football this year. Texas News 5's Marty Griffin has just returned from that hearing that officially ended the Wilmer Hutchins season. And Marty, this whole controversy is over one player.
Sure is, Jane. In fact, it's a linebacker. He's apparently living in Lancaster and playing for Wilmer Hutchins. That's apparently against the rules, so they had to forfeit their games. Tonight they went to court to try to get an injunction to allow them to continue playing while they fought this thing out in court. Well, the judge said no way, so they will not be playing anymore. And believe me, the folks in Wilmer Hutchins are not happy about any of this.
Don't put your hand on me.
Tempers are very short at Wilmer Hutchins High School these days. Parents block out the cameras while players run for their cars. No one is talking.
This house had any furniture in it.
A lot was said in district court tonight. The father of the ineligible player said his son violated no rules by living in Lancaster and playing for Wilmer Hutchins. Lancaster attorneys disagree. Attorneys for Wilmer Hutchins talked of double standards and unfair practices. And when it was all over, Wilmer Hutchins was out of the football playoffs, and the father was worried about his son.
Some of the people at Hutchins want to jump on him or gaining because of this. And then the Hutchins, the Lancaster people want to jump him because of this.
Harper again. Touchdown, Carter.
This is not the first time Texas football games have been decided in the courts. Dallas Carter High School played all the way through the playoffs 3 years ago with restraining orders and injunctions. Administrators say all of this must end.
We must focus on educating our young people. It's not football. It's academic.
Other educators present agreed and said now we just have to convince parents of that. The superintendent of Wilmer Hutchins School said tonight it's time to go forward. It's time to forget about this game. In fact, he said tomorrow many of the players on the team will be studying for their college board exams. The thing they need to focus on, he said, education.
Marty, what about the ineligible player? How's he doing?
Well, his father's worried about him. He said that his son is frightened. He's a little bit angry. He's very upset, but he says he's a very strong kid, and we just wanted to tell folks that he's also an A-B student.
Congratulations to him on that. Thank you very much, Marty. Because of tonight's developments, Lancaster will go to the playoffs tomorrow. They haven't had much practice lately. Coming up later in sports, Scott Murray shows us how Lancaster is preparing for the playoffs tonight. Elsewhere this evening, tuition at one of Texas' biggest private universities is going up. The Baylor Board of Regents has voted to hike tuition by 8.1%. The cost of going to Baylor will go from $185 to $200 per semester hour. That's effective next school year. Student fees and residence hall rates are also going up. The mysterious illness and death of little Erica Shoup is a little more mysterious tonight. Police are asking the Tarrant County Medical Examiner to review the case to see if he can find anything suspicious about Erica's death. Texas News 5's Marion reports on the dismayed reaction to that investigation by one of Erica's doctors.
Erica Shoup, the little 8-year-old Ohio child who fell deathly ill while visiting her father this past summer. Her condition was suspicious when she first arrived at the hospital. She looked like she'd been burned. Her skin was blistered. But soon after her divided family gathered at the hospital, they learned Erica was gravely ill. Whatever affected Erica's skin was also destroying her heart, liver, lungs, and kidneys. Erica died 27 days later. Her illness was diagnosed as toxic epidermal necrolysis, a very rare disease with no known cause. At the request of the police, the Tarrant County Medical Examiner is now reviewing Erica's files to see if she died from unnatural causes.
We're in a holding pattern waiting for some determination by the medical examiner as to whether or not there is any criminal activity involved in the death.
Mark Perkins was one of